Thank you all very much for being in attendance today. My name is Trina Finley, and I am the Assistant Director at the Center for After School, Summer, and Expanded Learning, or CASE for Kids, at the Harris County Department of Education. I am pleased to be your MC for this morning, and on behalf of the members of the Greater Houston Lights On Alliance, I want to welcome you to our 16th annual Lights On After School Rally. Today, after-school programs across the country will keep their lights on and invite the community in to their sites to share the wonderful work that is happening with youth during this critical time frame between school and home. The Alliance includes the City of Houston Parks and Recreation Department, the Mayor's After-School Achievement Program, Harris County Department of Education, CASE for Kids, CETA, the Southeast Texas After-School Association, the Education Foundation of Harris County, Houston Independent School District, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston, and the YMCA of Greater Houston. So on behalf of all of the members of the Alliance, again, thank you so much for being here. We want to thank all of our elected officials, business professionals, nonprofit organizations, education leaders, and volunteers who have gathered here today at City Hall to share this very important day, celebrating after-school education and to help raise the awareness of our out-of-school time field. Thank you all for your time. Now, a little bit more about Lights On After School. How do you guys like our giant light bulbs? Yeah, it's nice? Okay, good. So Lights On After School was launched as a nationwide rally for the after-school programs in October 2000 by the After School Alliance, which is based in Washington, D.C., with celebrations in more than 1,200 communities nationwide. The event grew in 2001 to more than 3,600 events and more than 9,000 in 2012. This October, more than 1 million Americans will celebrate Lights On After School. So we are here today to call attention to the tremendous impact after-school programs have on the positive development of youth right here in the Greater Houston area. Lights On After School gives us the opportunity to demonstrate the many, many ways after-school programs support our families and our communities. After-school programs help children develop confidence. They learn how to be a part of a team. They connect with their communities. They discover artistic talent. They explore new interests and participate in athletic activities. These attributes are very important and necessary in the development of the Greater Houston area workforce. However, the benefits don't just stop there. We have found through Enrich After School, our local community research initiative, that the impact of after-school programs is vital to preparing our youth for good citizenship. Research shows a direct pattern between the number of after-school programs available in a community and then the number of reported referrals to the juvenile probation system. Communities with at least 6 after-school programs per zip code have significantly less referrals. So our message is very simple here today, but pretty strong. After-school programs keep our youth safe, inspire them to learn, and help working families. More of our research through the Enrich After School Project can be found online at afterschoolzone.org. And later this morning, we have representatives from our local alliance will come forward and share highlights of new research on after-school programs right here in Houston, Texas. And right now, we would like to acknowledge any of our elected officials that are here in the space with us and special dignitaries that have joined us today. Please raise your hand and be recognized when I call your name, and guess you can hold your applause to the end. Right now, I don't see our city council members and president, unless I'm missing. It's representing what district? I'm sorry.
District E.
District E? D. Council member Boykins. Yes, Dwight Boykins. Thank you. Thank you for coming down. Anyone else representing council districts today? We would like to acknowledge you and give you a round of applause and thank you for your support. Okay, thank you. We do have a couple of principals here in the office who are in the rotunda. Representing District K, which is our council member Green. And we have from Grissom Elementary, we have the principal, I believe it's Jamie O'Connor, so sorry. Thank you, ma'am, for being here today. We appreciate you. And also representing Hobby Elementary, we have Principal Stephen Gittins. Thank you very much. So our principals are here. Thank you very much. We appreciate you all being here because you all make these things happen at your sites, and we are very, very appreciative of you. Thank you for your support. Alrighty, so moving on now, I want to bring forward, pull up some information about this young man who's going to come forward. He is a member of the Greater Houston Lights On Alliance. He is the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club locally here. I am, of course, talking about Kevin Hattery. Mr. Hattery is responsible for ensuring that the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston meets its overall strategic and operational objectives. Recently, Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston launched a new strategic plan to triple the number of youth served and to quadruple the average daily attendance, and then to also deepen programmatic impact by the year 2020. So, we have asked Mr. Hattery to come forward and share some of the good things that he's learned through this research, and so could you please help me welcome Mr. Kevin Hattery to the podium.
Thank you, Trina, for the introduction and also for saying that I was actually a young man. The gray hair, you probably couldn't see that, so it's getting there. So thank you all this morning, especially our young group of members from Havern Club. Please give the young ladies another round. Again, I want to thank all of you for joining us today. I'm very happy to be here to be shining a light on after-school programs and how vital they are to our youth in this community. For those of you who are not aware, Boys and Girls Club has been serving this community for nearly 65 years. We are a part of a network of 400 plus organizations around the country that is serving over 4 million kids on an annual basis. Boys and Girls Club of Greater Houston serves the entire footprint from Galveston down to Richmond, Rosenberg, and in between, serving nearly 11,000 kids on an annual basis. Boys and Girls Club provides nationally acclaimed programming for our community's youth to help ensure that they succeed at school, develop college and job readiness, improve their overall health and avoid risky behaviors, and grow into citizens who give back to their neighborhoods and communities. Clubs are open each day after school and during the summer, providing economically disadvantaged youth ages 6 to 17 many who are eligible for free and reduced lunch, and whose parents who have no other school, after school, or summer options due to prohibitive cost. And if left alone, statistics show that they would likely be getting into trouble and making poor choices. For example, we know that in Texas, nearly a quarter of kids actually are home alone. Our programming provides these youth with low-cost access to the following services. For example, homework assistance, tutoring, technology, workforce-related skills, dropout prevention programs, leadership development, summer learning opportunities, health education, exercise, recreation, free meals and snacks, and training and resistance to the lure of drugs, alcohol, and other challenges. And as you can see, we even have a cheerleading program for the young people. The social value that Boys and Girls Club provides to youth and families is tremendous and well documented. However, the impact of our clubs extend well beyond the social value. Boys and Girls Club Greater Houston creates economic value as well. Today, I'm excited to share the results of a commissioned study by the Boys and Girls Club, an economic impact study that measures the economic value that our organization creates throughout this entire region. The study collected data about our club youth and their families that calculated monetary values through economic modeling analysis. The research was a year-long process led by our Vice President of Program Services, Zene Campbell, and it was conducted by Demui Global Research. It's a national organization that provides economic analysis for public and private sectors. And what this study found for Boys and Girls Club, it delivers economic benefits in 3 different ways. Number 1, increased earning power. That means that clubs produce additional high school graduates, which increases lifetime earnings for those kids, allows parents to work longer hours so that they can maintain their jobs by having affordable care in the afternoon. Number 2, public dollars are saved. Clubs save taxpayer dollars by averting social problems such as juvenile crime, teen pregnancies, and underage drinking, for example. Number 3, regional economy is strengthened. Clubs produce jobs. We purchase goods and services, and we utilize volunteer labor as well. And specifically, the 2015 economic impact study that we commissioned found that through participation in Houston Area Boys and Girls Club, we averted more than 200 youth arrests per year. That equates to lifetime savings of $43,237 per arrest. We prevented nearly 30 teenage pregnancies per year, with lifetime savings of $129,517. We've reduced underage drinking by 50% among club youth, saving taxpayers up to $5 million on an annual basis. We've enabled 2,552 parents to engage in full-time work, earnings of an average of $22,000 annually, with a total impact of $50 million to this economy. And as pleased as we are with these positive impacts, we often think the voices of our youth are the most powerful indicators of our success. As one of our youth recently told us, I'd like to share this with you, I like that we play games and challenge my mind to think and answer quickly. The staff help me with my troubles if I have something bad going on in my life. I can go to them and relieve stress. They're basically like a best friend. The Power Hour is good for me too. Power Hour tutoring program, so we certainly hope it is. This impressive study demonstrates that for every $1 invested in our organization, up to $17.37 worth of positive economic impact is produced in the greater Houston region. So based on our current expenditures, that's an estimated $99 million of return on investment in this community. Now you can find this report, there's some information behind the table, a quick 1-page document that you can carry with you, but it's also been posted on our website at bgcgh.org. Again, bgcgh.org has an executive summary, and if you want to dive into the 120-page report, you're happy to do that as well, or just go to that executive summary. Now, because of this compelling need that we know we have, we do have a new strategic plan, as Trina pointed out, which essentially means more kids, more often, and more impact. And we're very pleased to be part of the After School Alliance, and specifically with CASE, who are tremendous supporters of ours as well. We're going to hear more about City Connections in a minute, but it's part of the funding that is helping us with a new club that we recently opened up. So we've talked about the growth, and we like to say we have a high saving ratio, and we do. We've already opened up another club just a half a mile from the Rotunda, right here, beside the historic Allen Parkway Village. We're pleased to report that over 100 kids out of the 225 have already signed up as members out there. We just opened up a couple of months ago. So I want to say thank you again for the opportunity to share this information today, to launch that, and to go to the website to read that information in more detail. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now I'd like to invite my boss up to the podium, Dr. Lisa Thompson-Carruthers. She's going to share a little bit about some current research that we've been engaged in through our Enrich project. Dr. Carruthers serves as the director for the Center for After School Summer and Expanding Learning for Kids, a division of Harris County Department of Education. Now, she launched her out-of-school time endeavors by designing and teaching a video and a mural class in a summer program housed in a St. Louis community center. Over the last 15 years, she has been actively involved in leveraging over $100 million in funds for the provision of out-of-school time services to benefit Harris County youth. Since its launch in 2012, Dr. Carruthers has provided leadership to the community-based research initiative Enrich After School. She's a recent graduate of the American Leadership Forum, and she also sits on the board of the statewide after-school network, the Texas Partnership for Out-of-School Time. Dr. Carruthers, please come forward and share your good news.
Thank you guys. You know, part of the awesome experience that we've been able to do through events like Lights On After School is collaborate under this umbrella of bringing fabulous opportunities to our youth through the out-of-school time. Through this work, us together, and using research as a method to tell our story, we have been able to work with City Council and help administer funds and leverage funds so that they can invest as well. We all are looking to invest and leverage national dollars, and now we have the city investing for 2 years in our local projects. So we're very excited that City Connections is a project that is investing in our communities with the city council members. But we also have to remember that this is a city's budget is annual, and so we have elections. Everybody should get out and vote right now because city council is bringing in is in their elections, and we want to make sure our city council members that are talking about youth are the ones that are brought on board and elected. We have to invest in our kids. Robert Putnam, an economist from Harvard University, just released his book, Our Youth. And he's an economist looking at the investments that we are making in kids, and we are at a critical point in our culture that if we don't make these investments through out-of-school time, through school day, through families investing in the future of our kids, that our class gap will grow to the point where kids can no longer pull themselves up by their bootstraps and succeed. That we have to come together and figure out how to make kids our kids. You know, these are our kids right here. These are the city's kids. These are Boys and Girls Club's kids. And these are our Harvard kids, sorry. So we have to figure out how to work together. The research that we've done, I'm so glad to see Boys and Girls Club looking at the economics and the ripple effect. This is what we have to learn so that we can bring the tools to our city council so that they can show these investments are worthwhile. It is so important to use research. We have collaborated, we've done best practice research, YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, HISD, and using 21st Century funds with some of our sites. We were able to look and garner and learn. Houston is the 4th largest community in the United States of America, and we have leveraged at one point we had leveraged more federal after-school time funding through 21st Century than any other city in the United States of America. We have got to use that resource, learn, document from what we're doing so that we can share, so that we can become the best and we become the leaders in the country. My goal is that we use research to do that. I want us to be the research hub. We have got to use this data to tell our story, to completely drive change and make sure we are investing in the community. So this is the work that we're continuing, and we are doing it collaboratively, because without you guys, we cannot find best practices. A lot of the best practices found in the current research that we just released is with University of Houston. Catherine Horn was our researcher from the Department of Education at the University of Houston. She saw that collaboration, investment in diverse opportunities like cheerleading, that these are the key and the best practices that we are documenting in our own community and seeing work. We've got to engage kids. Academics is a hard measure. Our principals know that, and this is the challenge for our principals every day, is that we've got to move that academic needle. But we've got to do it together. Kids, Robert Putnam's research and investments in youth is showing that schools, you didn't need him to say it, schools are facing kids coming to school with more challenges than ever before. And that to equalize these opportunities goes so far beyond the math teacher and goes so far beyond the school counselor that we've got to bring the resources to the kids, to the schools, to support, wrap our arms around that. Because to move that academic needle, we all have to be working together in unison. The biggest research we see in our field is school day attendance. is that we get kids so excited about having the flexibility to do the fun stuff that they come more often. And so we've actually seen research that shows the attendance in our after-school program is moving the attendance needle in the school day. The more they come, the more they learn. And so I challenge us at this Lights On After School year to keep working collaboratively, to keep looking at what and learning at what we do, and help Houston become the hub for research to drive change for our kids.
Now, according to the After School Alliance in DC on a national level, there are approximately 10.2 million school-aged children in after-school programs. However, 19.4 million kids would participate in an after-school program if there was one available to them. So, for every child in a program, 2 are waiting to get in. 2. So that means 11.3 million kids are on their own every day in the hours after school. And 23 million parents of school-aged children work outside of the home full-time. So that all kind of sounds very dismal and overwhelming, but I am very pleased to say that I live in a forward-thinking community where the local leaders are taking action to ensure that more after-school opportunities are available for our youth. And as Dr. Carruthers mentioned, for the second year now in a row, Houston City Council has approved funds in the amount of $550,000 to continue a new program that we call City Connections. Through City Connections, more youth right here in Houston will have access to after-school opportunities, and we're very excited about that. I would like to ask my cheerleaders to come forward and join me over here by the Light Club. Nonprofit organizations can apply for funds to host after-school programs at a variety of sites, like community centers, parks, apartment complexes, libraries, schools, boys and girls clubs, inside their council districts. We are so grateful for the support of our city leaders and our efforts to keep the lights on for all of our students in our community. And we are showing our support today with the presentation of symbols of our Lights On After School light bulbs that were colored by our area youth. And if I can have my cheerleaders pull those up for us so we can see all that good work that's been done. We want to deliver these to our city council members. I think we've lost our representative. We were going to give her some, but these lovely ladies are representing all of the youth that are right here in programs right here in Houston, Texas. And please give them a big old round of applause. All right. Now, City Connections really would not ever have been possible without the leadership and vision of Houston Councilmember CO Brad Bradford. He introduced a budget amendment to fund after-school programs back in the spring of 2014. And here we are today with real money to get more youth safely off the street and learning during the out-of-school time period. We invite everyone to drop by a site in your neighborhood. You will observe youth engaged in a variety of activities like reciting poetry, cooking, practicing cheerleading, playing chess, and dancing. So please join us tonight and witness firsthand the impact after-school programs make in the lives of children and families. Please also help us, everyone, to please share the word about City Connections and the funding opportunity with other people in the community. Let youth workers, community volunteers, school principals, some are here today, let them know about the city's support for after-school programs. All the project details about this project can be found, including application forms, on the website, afterschoolzone.org. So now, on behalf of the Greater Houston Lights On Alliance, I want to thank you all for being here this morning to celebrate after-school programs and to recognize the vital role out-of-school time programs play in the lives of thousands of children in Greater Houston. We look forward to seeing you this evening at a site, and don't forget to share the importance of keeping the lights on after school for our youth. Thank you all very much.